Okay, we've started our second game now. On the bottom left, we have MuMyung. Gosh, I'm having some hard time saying this. And on the top, we have our Protoss player, Violet.
Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty interesting game here. MuMyung actually could do the exact same thing again on this map and get away with it, even easier. And he knows that. And actually, I'm sure Violet is aware of that as well. So I think Violet's going to have to take every precaution necessary to not allow the Zerg to enter a turtling state.
I was just going to ask you that. What can the Protoss do to prevent this?
Well, one thing is for sure, he needs to identify when the turtling is happening. You know, right when you see the opposing player start to turtle, they're usually making, like a bunch of sunken colonies at every possible entrance. So that means you can actually expand a whole bunch yourself, and then all you have to do is hold off a bunch of attacks from different angles, and ultimately you just wear the Zerg down, and the Zerg's economy collapses while you're actually way ahead. Last game, it just looked like Violet was playing so, I guess defensively is the word I'm thinking of, and he should not have been quite playing like that. He should have been focusing on economy and then been playing defensive later on. Another thing you can do is, if you have all of your expansions secure and you have a bunch of cannons, you can just stop making zealots entirely. All you have to do is make archons and a few dragoons and reavers. You'll have a lot of extra minerals, so you can make extra cannons and stuff and try to secure expansions. But really, yeah, that's what you want to do. Vast hatchery here from our Zerg. And looks like MuMyung so far starting out in a pretty similar fashion.
Alright, hopefully the lag's better, guys. I am still reading your comments. Like I said, there's just too many of you guys trying to watch, and we do thank you for that. I guess we need to prepare for it. But again, today's broadcast is at 1 our time, which is definitely more convenient for you guys, and that's probably why there's so many people on the bandwidth and why it's so laggy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's unfortunate that there's some lag going on there, but I mean, that's just what happens when we have this many people tuning in. Well, MuMyung, I'm surprised how late MuMyung's scouting was. Normally you see it a lot earlier, so... I'm sorry, I meant Violet. And now he has this probe in the middle of the map. Should be moving it. Here's some probes getting transferred. This probe's been spotted now. Here is a Zerg layer on the way. So I'm going to guess we're going to see the Spire again. The Spire is much better to get first on this map rather than the Hydralisk Den. Well, actually, I should put it like this. Mutalisks are much better on this map early than Lurkers are. Layer's almost done now. Well, now he's going to keep those Zerglings outside his opponent's base. He wants to stop any scouting probes from getting out. We should be seeing a Spire pretty soon here.
There it is.
There's the Spire. Now remember, Protoss did a slightly different build this game. So we could see a different outcome here. And he certainly knows what he did wrong. Now Zerg seems to be doing a very similar build to what we saw last time so far. And in fact, it's the same build because he's now going to send the drone out of here to fast expand. Stargate's on the way. Very typical here on this map especially. You know, the simplicity of this build is part of what makes it so good. I mean, the simple logic that all you have to do is defend from 2 points and make a ton of drones in mid-game, and then ultimately have a ton of Zerglings and also a slay game. It's pretty simple to do, especially against bad players. But against good players, it's a little bit harder to pull off. Now, I'm impressed with MuMyung that he managed to pull it off last time. Spire is finished. And Mutas should be hatching out here pretty soon. MuMyung definitely has is content with this build that he did last game. And once again, it is going to be the same build. He's going to get the Scourge out first and just defend. Very defensive opener here. I wonder if maybe what Protoss should do is not go for the Corsairs and instead focus heavily on ground army. And he's going to get Reavers as well. Well, now the Protoss is on the move. We'll see if this is going to be effective. Zerg does not seem to have a lot of units, though. Those might all be Zerglings. They could all be drones in the eggs. This could really hurt MuMyung's economy. Now, MuMyung did manage to get definitely enough Zerglings out, as far as I can tell, although this angle isn't great. In fact, it's less than great that he's coming in at. So he's actually going to lose a surprising number of Zerglings. Wow. That MuMyung should actually control a little bit better. And look at that, Violet's just going to leave. Mainly because now he's done the damage he needed to do. He stopped his opponent from making any more drones, and he killed off all the Zerglings. Man, MuMyung really likes these macro-intensive builds. All right, Reaver out, Corsair out, double Stargate now. Pretty interesting game back here. I think, all right, Zerg's now going to be getting Mutalisks. I think when the Zerg last checked, the Protoss only had one Corsair. So now the Zerg probably thinks it's safe to go for the Mutalisks. But now our Zerg player is going to spot that and be like, oh my god, he's actually getting a lot more Corsairs than I had anticipated. Alright, well Zerg really focusing on Mutas right now. Now remember though, if he doesn't control his army perfectly, he's really putting himself at risk. If he loses all the Mutalisks and Scourge, he could just get wiped out in seconds. And now our Protoss is going to go ahead and take the island. Smart decision here. There is. Yes, there he is. Zerg's got traps set up everywhere. He's going to get a few more Zerglings. He should back up. Yeah, he will. Well, MuMyung may be in for a surprise against the two-part, two-Stargate Corsair build. Because when you get two Stargates, it's almost impossible for the Zerg to keep up unless they are perfect at getting in there, you know, with those flanks. All right, +1 armor, still the same build. Oh! All right, now see, here's what I'm worried about. I think that the Protoss can just now fly through here and kill off all of his opponent's overlords. Look at this. Zerg needs to get down there, those Mulisks. They may move fast, you know, when you see them moving around the map, but at a moment like this, they probably feel pretty slow to MuMyung, especially now that he's losing, what, 3 overlords so far? Oh my god, and here comes the Reaver.
Oh no!
This could be Violet's revenge here. All right. I don't think this is going to work out well for Zerg. Actually, that +1 armor really helped out. I take it back. Oh my god, but this Reaver dealing so much damage here. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Oh! Alright, so much for that.
Alright, I got another news, guys. All 3 non-televised ACE members have lost their matches 2-0. So Real will be going on to the round of 64 from the untelevised matches.
Thank you for that update. That was excellent.
Not a problem, Nick.
Good to know what's going on. Alright, we got a Citadel over here. So Protoss is going to go for the mass gateway. And I think this is a better way to go. Corsair Reaver. Much better than what we saw with, what was it, Oversky and
Hidori?
Hidori, that's right, that's right. Thank you. My god, he's got so many Scourge. He's getting that Spire again now.
2 Spire and... oh, man.
Well, if he's going double Spire, then he probably is going to go for Devourers and Guardians. Well, if this is the case, it would be wise to use those Corsairs to get as many Mutalisks as possible before they do the final morph. Wow, that's a lot of Corsairs. I understand hold position is really good with Corsairs. Great to just hit H, and then right then they stop and start shooting the Scourge. It makes it less likely he's just going to fly right into him. Okay, here it is.
Oh.
Whoa! You know, I'm actually a little surprised that he's even attacking this, but we'll see. Oh! Total blunder. Total blunder by MuMyung. Oh, man. Well, now it's going to be MuMyung's turn to be on the run because here, well, he could just bring this. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Expect GG pretty soon here. He was really depending on those Mutalisks to take out the Corsairs. Now the Corsairs are stronger, and Zerg doesn't really have a ground army to deal with it. Oh, my God. Wow. This is just too good here. Man. Corsairs are dealing a lot of damage. So are the Zealots. Oh my god, the Corsairs are going to win this. The Zealots are going to win this. MuMyung may just leave right now, just so we can go right to game 3. Because he's not in a good standing right now. Protoss is surely making a ton of Zealots. Archons, to be exact. Well, here's I don't know what to say. MuMyung should die if Violet penetrates the heart of his base. And right now it looks like he's about to penetrate the heart of his base. There's just not much else to say about it. And this is what happens when a good pro gamer prepares correctly against this timing build. So there it is. Good game. GG. All right. That was a shorter game than our other one.
Woo. Alright, so then, as we know now, after this game, we'll have a 3-minute break.
Yeah.
This is everybody's tea break.
That's good, because I needed one right now. I think I need a Gum TV diaper right now to cast these games in. Seriously.
They're so long, but they're exciting. At least not boring and long.
Yeah. No kidding.
Alright. we are actually going to take down our stream again because of this lag issue, guys. So it's going to be about 30 seconds. Don't freak out. Don't start writing on the forums how, oh my god, it's down. Because we know we are actually purposely putting the stream down to be able to bring you guys a better stream later.
Yeah.
Hopefully when Boxer plays, it won't be so laggy. But if you do miss any part of the game, do watch him on gomtv.net as a VOD. We love the fact that you're here with us right now. Absolutely. I think this is cool. I'm like talking to you. Well, not really talking, but I'm reading your comments live. And it's really like...